playing 11 on 11. I thought for the most part it went well. A couple plays here and there, but for the most part we, kept the ball moving forward and stayed out of negative plays. So first day, we're all kind of getting our feet underneath us. So build on it and go from there.
Any uncertainty when you had to move around a little bit, get out of the pocket? Any uncertainty doing that at all?
No, I felt good doing that. That's all stuff I've, at this point, practiced a lot, repped a lot in drills, and it's been a big part of my rehab. So felt good doing all that stuff.
You mentioned, no negative plays. How much of that is a priority? Because obviously there's a balance, right, between trying to get the ball downfield and trying to make sure you get the ball out and you don't have those negative plays.
Yeah, I think it's always a balance. Obviously, we want to get the ball downfield and make big plays, but another big focus of ours is getting the ball out quick and getting the ball in space, avoiding sacks, avoiding going backwards, and staying in good down and distance situations that help us execute. I think that's something we've stressed, and playing quarterback, it's about making a good decision and getting the ball out quickly.
Daniel, when you think back to the injury, the surgery, and where you are now, I mean, this is about as quick as it can happen, really. And so, what did this mean to you to be on the field, getting all the first few reps? It doesn't always happen this way.
Yeah, I expected to be here. I expected for the process to go smoothly and well, and expected that because we got good doctors, trainers, strength coaches, and had a clear plan from the get-go. So it's definitely good to be here. I'm grateful to be out there, and grateful to all the people who've helped me, get to this point. But still a lot of work to do across the board, and I'll continue to rehab, focus on my knee, but also from a football standpoint, getting back into 11 on 11 and playing football. But grateful to be here, but it kind of was the plan all along, and I certainly expected to be here.
In rehab, you can't replicate Dexter Lawrence pushing off the line back in your lap. So when that happened, how did your knee feel? Did you think about it at all? Did you just react naturally?
I didn't think about it, just naturally. But some of those things are hard to mimic in a practice situation. So being out in 11 on 11 is important to get those reps, and the speed of the game's a little bit faster, getting back used to some of that stuff and reacting, and seeing a defense moving, seeing defenders through zones and seeing your guys. So all that stuff is different and hard to mimic in a rehab or a practice setting in the off season. So good to be back out there, and expect to keep getting better.
Are you confident you'll be able to run as much and as well as you have in the past?
I am, yeah, very confident.
When you got hurt, people look back on Saquon and they thought about how long it took him to regain where he was. Did you have any doubt that? Are you still uncertain that you'll be the same? It won't take an adjustment period?
No, I'm confident I'll be the same. I think every knee injury is different. Every position's different. Every case is a little bit different. So I definitely you take input and you hear about other people's experiences and you try to use that to help you guide your own rehab. But in terms of my process and how it's been for me, it's been smooth, and I feel like I'll be back to where I was, if not better.
Daniel, on Hard Knocks last night, Joe Shane recounted his conversation with you, before the draft process about you're going to see quarterbacks in the building, we're going to go through this, and everything. What do you remember about that conversation?
Essentially what he said in that piece in the Hard Knocks. I think, we had that conversation then, and that's about how it went.
How did that make you feel when he was telling you?
Obviously, it's not, you're not excited about it, and but they have a job to do. I got a job to do. So it is what it is, and we're at this point now. So grateful for the opportunity to have, and excited to play football. That's kind of my focus now. But it's not a fun conversation.
Does that put a chip on your shoulder? Does that give you a little extra motivation when everything that's happened this whole season? You saw Hard Knocks, so you know all about it. So does that kind of like put a little chip on your shoulder?
Yeah, I think however you want to call the motivation or the the drive. I've always felt like I'm motivated and driven and work harder than, work as hard as I possibly can. And that's always been my mindset and my approach. So, I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to work hard and, play for my teammates, play for myself, play for everyone. So I'm, excited to do that.
How much, considering what happened this offseason, do you say, okay, I need to play well this year. It's gonna, or my future is kind of dependent on this year and how I play.
I'm focused on playing as well as I can every year and in every situation. And like I said, my teammates and making sure we're as successful as we can be. I'm confident in this group, confident in where we can be. I think we've added some good pieces, and we'll be a good football team. So, I think, playing this position, playing in the NFL, there's always expectations, but we have high expectations of ourselves, and we expect a lot from our offense and from our team.
We did see one drop from Nabers today, which is unusual. Where's your chemistry with the rookie?
It's been good. We spent some good time this summer together, and I think first day and he made some plays and you haven't seen that much, but he'll be big time for us. He's played well in the spring. Been good to be with him this summer, and then I'm sure he'll have a good camp. So we'll continue to grow and build chemistry, and the more time out there together, the better.
This season, you guys have added a bunch of new parts, a bunch of new pieces. Is there emphasis for finding that identity, or at least for the offensive identity this upcoming season?
I think that's always a big part of camp is what do we do well, what do we do not as well, how can we emphasize our strengths and play to that. So you're always working to figure that out, and that'll be a process throughout camp. But like I said, I'm excited about where we're going. I'm excited about who we got, and we'll grow, build chemistry, and continue to develop.
Daniel, take three more. A couple of your projected starting offensive linemen are down right now. For you as the quarterback, how big of a deal is it to get your front five set early to make sure that you're out there to be protected?
I think that's important. I think the chemistry of those guys together and playing together, getting on the same page, communicating, me communicating with them communicating with me. I think that's important. Injuries are part of the game, and we understand that, but obviously you want to stay as healthy as possible, and the health of that group can help everybody. So I think that's important, but I know those guys are working hard to get back.
What differences have you seen with Carmen as the new coach there, I guess, from your perspective?
He's done a good job. It's been fun working with him. I think he obviously has deep roots in this Dayball system and where he comes from. So I think that's been good and kind of starting at square one and building it back up through the spring. But he's a good communicator, a good teacher, and I've enjoyed working with him.
What do you look at when you look at last season and your offense, and specifically more how you played, and then what do you look forward to changing this season in that regard?
Overall not consistent enough. I think obviously the injuries affected that, and you'd love to have more opportunities and more time on the field, but wasn't consistent enough. I think continuing to focus on getting the ball out of my hands quicker and getting the ball in our playmakers' hands and letting them go to work. So I think we'll all be better together, and I'm excited about where we're going.